Okay, so I'll be demonstrating the first assignment: install Google Cloud Engine and create Hello World app and other simple web application using Python or Java. Yeah. So what you need to do is you go to uh, the installing web page of Google Cloud SDK. Download Google Cloud SDK. So this is the first page, the same page here. So what you need to do is you need to download this installer, Google Cloud SDK installer. I already have downloaded here. So this is the installer. So if you want the screen reader mode, or you want to let Google take the analytics of this particular SDK from your computer, you can allow that particular two things here. I am not allowing it, and I am agreeing to the agreement here. So I agree, and I want to install it for all the users. So yeah, next, and yes, this is where I'm going to install it. Yeah, install, and I'm allowing keep these particular two components as default. So install it. I already have installed it. That is why it is telling me that you need to uninstall the previous version. So that is all about the installation. It will install it here. So as I have already installed it, I need not to install it again. So after the installation, if I type in cloud in the search bar here, I will get this shell. So in this shell, what you need to do is you need to put in gcloud in it. If that particular SDK installation, if you have unchecked gcloud in it in that particular installation, so you need to put in manually here. You can do it, or you can manually do it here also. So put in gcloud installation here. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll create new configuration as I've done it before. I've done it before. So what I'll do it is reinitialize the configurations. So it is finding for the accounts there, and whichever accounts will be available. So that particular accounts will be that particular Google account will be linked with this particular SDK. So let it fetch the data. It seems that there is a network issue. Let's change the connection. Let's reinitialize it. Yeah. So it's here you can see that if you have logged in, if you have configured it before, you'll be greeted with these options: your mail ID, which you have, if you have logged in with, or if you want to log in with a new account, what you can do is the fresh installation will directly take you to a new account login only. So what I'll do is I'll log in with new account here. So you can choose which account you want to log in with. So I'll use my account only and allow. Yeah. So yes, these are my projects. So that is all what we need to have the authentication. So that is all. I'll close the window here also, and this one also. So let us make a hello world app now. So what I'll do is I'll open this in my code editor. So you need to make two files, a particular configuration file and a second one is the app file. So a sorry, a py file which will be rendering the content to a particular path which will be told by that particular configuration file. So let's say that that particular py file is test.py. So what I'll do is I will import a web app 2 which will be serving the request, the content to a particular request. So what that particular test.py will contain is, I'll import the web app 2. Why I'm importing web app 2? Because whatever request is going to come from that the browser, so what content is to be sent, or how it is to be sent, is decided by this particular web app 2. So this is the class. Let us define a class, which class will be sending or serving the data. So this is web app 2 dot request handler. I'm inheriting this particular thing from this web app 2 in this class, and we'll define a get method here. And what that particular get method, if it comes to this particular main page, then what response should it give back is self.response dot write. Suppose we say that we need to give a hello world response back. So this is what it will give back. And what we'll do is we'll create an application which tells that which tells a Whisgy server. What Whisgy server is, it is a server which will route that request to this particular application. So it tells that if any particular request comes, that particular application receives a request at a given route, so that particular route needs to fetch the data from this particular class. So that is to be told here. So what we'll do is it receives the arguments as follows. It first receives the path and which class is going to send the data, and the next the another argument is debug equal, another argument which will put is debug equal to true. So if any, what this tells is, if you have any problem or anything, any mistake you have made in the scripts, so it will tell that okay, this is the mistake what you have made, you need to change that, and you'll get your app running. So this is the first argument here, this one, which contains the particular path and other class which will be serving that particular request, and this is the debug equal to true. So, and this is the application. The next file which you need to write in is the app.yaml. So this is the this particular file name should be app.yaml because it is the particular default configuration file. So what you need to, there are two three things you need to mention in this particular file. First one is the runtime, second one is the API version of that particular SDK, the thread safe, and the handlers. Four things you need to mention. So first what we'll do is we'll tell that which particular runtime you need to use. So let's say it is using Python 2.7, uh, whichever particular runtime you are using, you need to mention that first, and then after that the API version used by the SDK, which is one. For this particular thing you need to refer to the Google Docs, right? And thread safe. What thread safe is, a particular information which is given by this particular main page. If you need to allow that particular information, or if you're doing any if you're doing anything here, if that particular thing needs to be accessed by multiple threads, if you allow it, if you make it true, that multiple threads will be allowed to make that particular changes. But if you say that you make it false, then only a single thread will be accessing that particular information at a time. So we don't need multiple threads now. So what we'll do is we'll make it false. And the next one is the handlers. What handlers will contain is the URL at which the request you need to take in. And I say that this is slash. Why I'm giving it slash? Because wherever I will be opening this particular I'll be launching this particular application. So at the base address I want this particular test.app, this particular app to render this content. So what this particular slash indicates, that at the base address only my particular content will get render. If you want that, you want it to get at localhost slash user localhost or slash something, so you can put in here, but I want it to go on the base address only, so I have put in here slash. URL is this, and the next thing which you need to mention is the script, which script will be rendering the content to the front end, right? So that is test.app. Test is this particular file, and this is the application inside it, right? So we are done with the writing of these files. We'll close it, and I'll go back to the cloud SDK now. Shell, sorry. So what you need to do is you need to run a Python file now. So there is a utility which is provided by SDK. So just a minute. Yeah, I'll show it. So in, if you go to this path where the shell is there, so there is Google Cloud SDK, and in the bin you have this DevApp server utility. It is a command line utility. So what I need to do is I will be using that particular utility with Python compiler, so that particular files will get compiled. And yeah, so I need to mention, as I'm in the cloud SDK folder, I'll be mentioning a particular what relative path. So if I put in here Google Cloud SDK slash bin slash dev server, you can put in this also, or you can put the absolute part of this particular Python source file also, right? After that, there are, this is the first argument you have passed. After that, what you need to pass in is the folder path, GAE folder which we have made. So what I'll do is I'll copy the path here, and yeah, I'll paste it here. I just want the GAE, the folder path, not the particular file path. I'll enter it, and yeah, this is this. What I'll do is I'll copy this now and I'll put it in the browser. Yeah, these are the instances, and I click on default. Here you can see that hello world. This particular data is coming directly from this file here.